If planet Earth was pitted against other planets to show their greatest invention ever made, what do you think Earth should show? Some sort of cobbled together kludge that was chosen by committee, is only 70% complete, and doesn't showcase anything beyond which countries and companies had the best ability to lobby the committee. Behold our submission. Bureaucracy. The real achievement will be to see how long we can keep an extraterrestrial on hold before they give up. That box that doesn't do anything but close itself. Edit, thank you for the awards. Good old useless machine. Fermented food. They might show up with a laser, but we'd show up with old food filled with the farts of billion bacteria, and they would love us for it. Beer and cheese wins the day. As a fellow fermento I agree. But we didn't invent that. They were always here doing their thing. The plumbing trap. Link ubiquitous. Essentially unchanged since its invention except for crap as you bend innovation. Allows for tolerable indoor plumbing and sanitary development of cities. You know, until recently, a year into a total home remodel, I never thought twice about plumbing. It's truly an art form. And I can't for the life of me get this ducking kitchen sink to drain properly. Plumbers are a higher level than me. I suck at everything. I'm going to eat some ice cream now. Makes the feel bads go away. Only a select few can master the art of plumbing. And of those, many are lost to the air conditioner repair business. Take him to the infinite labyrinth of eternal ice. The Lazy Susan. I always liked that for a band name. Particle accelerators. Their physics is complicated. They're awesome. The design is genius. It shows that our nature for seeking knowledge, and, on the same note, isn't built to just fulfill a function, but to study a function of reality, to give us something that goes way beyond a bunch of fast colliding particles. Did I mention it's awesome? Particle accelerators are the best. Edit, oh my god, thank you so much for the awards. You wonderful redditors. Visited Fermilabs in Illinois 10 summers ago as a college kid and got a tour. Got a cool ruler from them with their slogan, which was our only product is knowledge. And this stupid ruler. The nuke. Or sliced bread. Whose sliced bread is the best thing since the nuke. Our food. All the food we've created is so imaginative and diverse and tasty. It's got to be humanity's best invention. I'm not sure which food though. In Dragon Ball Super, Earth is spared from destruction cause of our delicious food. Pizza. Yeah, but according to pizza theory, no civilization can become relevant without inventing the pizza first. Therefore everyone else would already have pizza. The dog. We took a deadly menace and made a helpful friend. Beat that. Same. You were first. All hail the dog. The lathe. Fueled the Industrial Revolution. I'd be curious what kind of machine tools other planets came up with. As a mechanical engineering student, I agree this would be cool. I remember my first day in the machine shop when I learned that with a lathe and maybe a mill, you could make every other part and machine in the shop, including the lathe and mill themselves. I've always wondered how they made the first tool. For example, big foundries that pour melted liquid metal into metal molds to make parts. Like, how did they make the metal mold? How did they make the thing that holds the liquid metal? You would need another metal thing to hold that. But where did that come from? It's metal turtles all the way down. Music. Show me what you got. A joke or humor. Probably won't be unique, but it signals a higher level of intelligence. Literally requires multiple different parts of the brain to decipher. A joke can be made using anything, and can be set up to only be understood by select people. Jokes can even exploit science, language, art, philosophy, paradoxes, observations, or any topic on any planet. Any species that has an equivalent of humor will love it, and any without it will be fascinated enough to try and understand it. So, about airplane food aliens. Only now understanding humor. Laughing their asses off. Duct tape. It's so simple you wouldn't expect it to be as useful as it is. Boots getting wet. Duct tape. Want to make a spear. Duct tape. Bleeding out. Duct tape. Leak in your space station. You guessed it. Duct tape. For such a simple invention, its versatility is astonishing. It's so simple in fact that other species might overlook it entirely whilst paving their way through innovation. Ordinary duct tape. Like you buy in a hardware store. Turns out even NASA can't improve on duct tape. Yes. Of course duct tape works in a near vacuum. Duct tape works anywhere. Duct tape is magic and should be worshipped. Toaster. It allows you to cook bread. Again. Ice cream. The only problem with ice cream is that it drips. That just means you need to eat it faster. Spork. Edit. Holy moly, thanks for all the awards y'all. I've never gotten one before, so this was a nice surprise to come home to. Clearly a superior invention to anything anyone else could come up with. Gregor watched as the human contingent walked onto the stage, followed by a floating trolley carrying their chosen invention. His face turned into a grimace as he saw what the display case contained. Oh dear. Gregor's life associate, Lingo Scalentin, and whispered into Gregor's audio receptor. Isn't that one of ours? Gregor embarrassedly glanced over to his companion and puffed out his cheeks. The spork had been one of their species' gifts to the human race. How could they have thought something so ingenious had been made by themselves? I mean, it's even got an alien name. Spork. What's even worse, every species in the room knew exactly who had created the invention. It had single-handedly brought prosperity to Gregor's home planet and of course, sadly, also the utensil war with the Fork Lords of Ultremium 6th. The lead human beamed proudly as he got ready to give his speech. His tiny eyes sparkled with excitement. I feel great pain for you, Chancellor Musk. Gregor thought to himself. Great pain indeed. Monkey. The Spanish Inquisition. The internet. I think you'd need something more unique. Every advanced civilization is going to have an internet analog. You want a great invention. Yes. But you also want it to stand out from the crowd. I'm thinking useless boxes would be a hit. Humans, behold. The internet. Aliens, we have one of those. Humans, but does yours have cat videos? Aliens, what are cat videos? Humans, observe. The boulder from Shrek. That's a nice boulder. Flashlight. My husband has a tactical flashlight that brightly lights up like an acre. We used to go outside and wave it around when the folks a few doors down got loud late at night. They'd think it was the cops and quiet down. We are not the type to actually call the cops. 10 would recommend. Oh my god. That first line I read is tactical flashlight. After all, that was my joke. Probably something like a shirt, since it takes the concept of a normal sweater and adapts it really well to suit warmer climates. I've always wondered what if aliens visited and looked exactly like us, but never felt the need to wear clothing. We would blur out their junk on TV, which would no doubt upset them a great deal, starting a galactic war because of our delicate sensibilities. That is exactly backwards. No concept of nudity or shame would elicit confusion at worst to seeing the censor bar blur, but more likely a shrug and acceptance. I think life would take the cake. Sliced bread. Everyone's always talking about how great it is. I think you're mistaking the greatest thing since sliced bread. That invention happened in 1928. Nothing really important happened between then and now. Here are some notable things that were invented after 1928 from Wikipedia. Of course. Atomic weapons 1945. Transistors 1947. First artificial satellite 1957. The capacitive touchscreen 1973. GPS 1978. The internet for public usage 1990. From that whole list, Atomic weapons may be the most important invention, but they did not impact our daily lives in a direct way. Therefore, my personal favorite is the GPS and smartphones. It's crazy how much we rely on that system, and how much it simplified our individual life. The answer has to be video games. It combines three of the greatest aspects of humanity: art, technology, and imagination, all blended together and dependent on each other. I think this is the best answer I've seen. Everything else is something that an advanced civilization would probably have an equivalent to: atomic energy, mass communication systems, scientific measuring devices, etc., or are very human specific. I would imagine a civilization capable of communicating with us through space would have some form of computing. But the idea to use it to create art for pleasure might actually be somewhat unique. I'll add the synthesizer under this umbrella. Our ability to combine technology and imagination to create art may be a defining characteristic. Imagine showing an alien race Halo or Doom and just saying, yeah, this is what we do for funsters. We thought you would look like this. Instant ramen. Korea's artificial sun that's hotter than our actual sun. Danny DeVito. That's just a leather couch. Wait for it. A new oiled up Danny DeVito emerges. Puppies easily. I fear look at them puppies should not be our first words to a new civilization. I'm not allowed to have puppy calendars at work anymore because the women complained that I was saying that phrase too much. Cool Ranch Doritos. Probably the Large Hadron Collider or something sciencey like that. I just think that most advanced societies would have something similar or even better than that, as it is most clear step to study subatomic particles. Think about what we have and what occurs naturally. A life-sustaining planet would have generally the same stuff we do if we are basing it off of carbon life forms. So, in my mind, they would most likely run into a similar barrier that we're running into. The raw physical materials have limits. I think that we're reaching an endpoint of what we can physically do, and we are starting to find more and more electronic things. More and more of our life is run by electricity. It would be something we are reliant on in others' eyes. Early cave paintings. It's like macaroni art from humanities preschool. True show and tell material. Give them Gordon Ramsay. Earth would rickroll the other planets. Breeds and cartilagens. Humans manage to get needed properties from them like bigger fruit or more milk by using only simple methods of selection. Dogs. I mean, we managed to befriend a completely different species and now they are a big part of our civilization. Knots. Imagine a highly developed civilization capable of FTL showing up here, but through some quirk of their cultural evolution, never had a need or inspiration to learn to make knots or ropes. Man-made fire. It sounds unimpressive, but it was a real game changer in terms of advancement for us as species. Sometimes, it's not about having the flashiest gadget, but the most profound. I love the idea of an intergalactic show and tell. We should bring a nuke. It's both an impressive invention and a low-key flex to put them in check and establish dominance. We are not talking about the people on Earth versus people on another planet. It is the planets themselves doing a show and tell. A nuke would be like a light tap for a planet. Velcro. It's really pretty ingenious an idea. Everyone says the nuke as if it's unique. I'd personally show them something involving Earth's flora or fauna, considering those are unique to our planet. The thermos. It keeps your coffee hot and your lemonade cold. Hot, cold. How does it know? Literally anything. PPFF, what's Uranus ever achieved? Cats. Great. Alien can translate meowing. Cats convince the alien that they are the true masters of Earth, being the assholes they always are. Next, think at our galactic empire overlords, while we slave in tuna plants and kibble factories. Humans. Earth invented humans a long time ago. Social media. We have 7 billion of the most evolved species with extremely powerful brains and the advanced ability to process thoughts. Social media is an invention that has the ability to control, devolve and influence billions. Effectively a brainwashing machine. The suit that guy invented in order to fight grizzly bears. Edit Troy and Hertobai's link. Our ability to produce vaccines and combat viral and bacterial diseases. If the move has taught me anything, any alien who wants to visit Earth is going to need that knowledge. Bacon. They might start off bitching about how we kill an animal for it, but then they take a bite. Suddenly we are exporting pork to the Galactic Federation. An airplane. It would be fine-tuned to our particular atmosphere and gravity, with the high-performance ones being wholly unique devices in the galaxy. Something that uses a ramjet like the SR-72 would be absolutely bewildering, either for its complexity without advanced digital design AI, or because it performs at the limits of material science for a very unique planet atmosphere. Edit either that or a Snuggie. Probably Sputnik. The first time we successfully managed to send a man-made object into the Earth's orbit, using 1V to power the whole thing. I'm no commie bastard either. I also admire the great success of the US heroically capturing their own Nazi scientist to make Saturn V.